live now on YouTube and on Instagram. Welcome, guys. If I'm looking at each of you at different times, it's just because I'm live on two different platforms, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to see everyone's chats and everything. This is my first time trying to do this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a fun Mandarin orange mukbang for you. I got this big pile of mandarins here, which are ridiculously delicious. One of my all-time favorites. And yep, I'm gonna just be eating as much of them as feels great for this meal. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I woke up a little late, around 9:30, and I've just been chilling out, doing some calisthenics, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of work. This is gonna be my first meal of the day. Usually I eat a little bit earlier than this, but today this is just what's going on. And I did want to kind of push it back a little bit so that more people in different parts of the world will be awake and maybe want to join in live and ask some Q&A. So I see here on Instagram a bunch of people with some hearts and everything. Awesome to see you guys. I'm going to do my danged best to go through questions, and I'll be eating and going back. I see that question there, why do you have a microwave? I am in my girlfriend Camilla's house here in Sweden. I moved into her fully functional and packed kitchen. I didn't even have to bring my own blender or anything like that. She uses the microwave sometimes. I don't, but I don't discriminate, and we're not going to take it out and throw it away. So yeah, so we're going to dive into this. Before we do get into that, I do want to let you guys know about an amazing event that I'm a part of, the Fruit and Vegetable Power Summit, put together by Drs. Rick and Karen Dina. There's over 20 amazing speakers, people who are pioneers and or champions for a fruit and vegetable based lifestyle, raw, high raw, all that good stuff, doctors, experts, enthusiasts. Over 20 of us and some pretty dang big names. I think this is seriously the free summit of the year. It's all starting on the 16th. I'll have my interview on the 17th. It's generally about 2 or 3 a day, all the way up till the 27th. And you can find the link for that free event, completely free event, in the bio. So, or in my bio on Instagram, or in the description below on YouTube. If you're checking it out on YouTube, I highly recommend you check it out. No word of a lie. I'm a part of a bunch of different summits, and I listen to a bunch of different ones over the years. This is my all-time favorite, and I know you're not supposed to pick favorites, but it really is, because it's got tons of super well experienced and researched plant-based doctors, raw vegans, raw vegan doctors, and Dr. Rick and Karen, they just interview amazingly. They're also good friends. They ask all the pertinent questions and get to the root of the matter. So if you want to learn how to thrive on a fruit and vegetable-based diet, questions like how much fruit is too much, and is fruit sugar dangerous? Straight from the doctor's mouths, straight from studies and straight from really, really good experience information. Then again, sign up to the free summit in my link in bio or in the description on the YouTube video. You will not feel bad about it. You'll be really stoked. So what do you guys think? Should we start diving into some of this and get into the mukbang? I'm somewhat new to mukbangs. I have one other on my channel. Ooh, I love that answer. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to see comments come through here on YouTube as well. But if not, then we'll just focus in on Instagram and we'll start eating. So I don't know if any of you guys want to count. I can try my best to count. Let's just get right into it. Kind of wish I had some music playing in the background, and this is kind of awkward with that right in my face. Hey, isn't that just really awkward? Maybe I'll turn it. Oh gosh, this is so awkward. Should have thought about this before. Am I gonna have to crouch the whole time? I'm gonna have to get down like this just to eat. Now this first mandarin I'm gonna eat, it had just a little bit of a soft spot starting on the top, but no mold. I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be delicious. And I like this size of mandarins. That's number one, because I can go like this. Wow. How many do you guys think I'm gonna eat, huh? How many do you think? I'll try my best to count. I'll keep the peels in one so I can double check. But the first two people to guess, the first two people, we'll say on Instagram, since I can see that easier, and I'll check before the end, who guess how many I eat by the end, you win a free ebook. Yeah, how about that? You win a free ebook if you guess how many I'm going to eat for this meal. Yeah, let's dive right into this. I don't know why, but I just habitually peel my mandarins to make elephant ears, you know? It's just like, you know, like elephant ears and trunk. Woo, woo. Yeah, sorry about that. 15, hey, well, so far I got 2. We'll see. We'll see. They're going down really easy, I tell you. These are incredibly juicy, incredibly sweet. Not too much fiber. They just like it's just juicing right in my mouth. Oh gosh, this is just so awkward. What do I do? I don't know. Guys, suggestions. Oh, Ellen22. There we go. What do you think? This is number 3. Oh. They're seriously that good. They're seriously just that good. And I tell you, I got such an incredible deal on these suckers. I got them for 5 kroner per kilo, which that's about approximately like 50 cents per kilo, so like 25 cents a pound. Absolutely ridiculous. We have an amazing spot here in Malmo, Sweden, where I'm living, where I got it. And they have stuff for such good deals by the case. You can just buy it normally too. You actually don't get a discount on the case typically, but sometimes I do. So what is this, number 4? Whole basket. I don't know if I can do the whole basket, but we'll see. 60, 22, 7. Well, I'm already at 4. Am I gonna get full already? I guess I'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we got 4. I really should have like a piece of paper and tally it up. But this is gonna be number 5 here. And apologies for not being dainty and like just eating slice by slice. That one, that'll take a lot longer. And 2, I just love a mouthful. Sorry, Shane, I'm not inviting anyone into this live right now. But if you have any questions at all, you can absolutely just let me know. I'm happy to answer your question. I tell you, I absolutely love mono meals. That's what we're doing here. Just eating one fruit at a time, when hungry, till full. No restriction. I'm not forcing it. I'm just eating as much as I could possibly ever desire, and a bite or 2 more. And I tell you, that's one of the biggest secrets to longevity, consistency, and success with a low-fat, raw vegan lifestyle. I've been doing this for over 18 years, living as a low-fat, raw vegan on a fruit-based diet. Loads of the meals that I've eaten over those last 18 years are fruit and mono meals, or very simple kind of combinations of fruit that digest well together, utilizing food combining. Also something called sequential eating, which is just starting with the juiciest food first as it digests the fastest, and then going to progressively to the more dense fruit. But there's something magic about mono eating, you know, like I just, in the beginning, if you're having a hard time getting enough calories, it can be really beneficial to have a bit more variety, as your satiation triggers, they're like super fine with mono eating. But you can always start with the juiciest, eat until you're totally satisfied, and then have something like a mango or something just a little more dense afterwards to bump up the calories if you need that. But That one was a bit bigger, hey? Sorry to hear, Ian, brother. Even with like sweet mandarins. How much do I weigh? Let's make sure I'm not missing questions. No. So this is number 6. The first 2 people to answer how many I'm going to eat in this mukbang can win a free ebook. This one's a little bit bad, so that one actually has some mold on each side, so we're not going to eat that one. So we're still at 6. So that question was, how much do I weigh? I fluctuate generally between about like 180 to 185. I've been as low as 155 while eating, and I think 145 while fasting. And I've been as high as like 198 on an empty stomach and like 202 on a full stomach. When I was really like pumping iron and trying to get jacked, after my motorcycle accident, I couldn't skate really, so I just went to the gym a whole bunch and pumped up the muscle over about a year period of time. Good question. No, these aren't organic, and no, I'm not concerned. A large percentage of my diet over the last 18 years has been conventional. While I prefer organic, if the conventional tastes better, is like, cheaper by pretty much any degree less than like half price or anything like that, or it's just that's the only thing available, I'm definitely going to get conventional. The difference between organic and conventional, it's not a black and white difference. It's definitely not static. There are times where organic can be better quality or better tasting, but that's not always the truth. Sometimes conventional fruit is actually sprayed less and with less harmful to health chemicals than organic fruit. Just because something's organic doesn't mean that it's not sprayed. It's just sprayed with organic pesticides, fungicides, herbicides. And in some cases, because they're not as effective, they actually use more, which can be more detrimental to the individual and even the environment. Again, in general, I prefer organic, and there are reasons to prefer organic, but I don't have any fear at all of having conventional fruit, because what's the alternative? Like eating processed foods that are probably made from conventional foods anyway, or not eating enough organic foods, or eating poor quality organic foods that cost 2 to 4 times as much. When I'm in Costa Rica, I eat primarily organic, and in certain places when I can get it, I get primarily organic. So this is 8, I think, or 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Primarily organic, but out here I'm getting organic bananas, sometimes organic greens, but not always. And what else have I got organic? Sometimes organic tomatoes. It just depends on the season, but yeah, hopefully that helps. Yeah, what's up? Casanautica in the house. There we go. Hey. Do you wash your produce? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends what it is. I mean, something like this that I'm peeling, no. And I guess, you could say, hey, I'm touching it and then touching the fruit. Genuinely, I'm just not concerned. I'm just genuinely not concerned. Does that mean that that's the smartest, best thing in the world, that there's no reason for concern? No. But I haven't been sick in over 20 years, over 22 years now. All my biomarkers are great. Everything is good. I'm just not really concerned about it. Maybe I could be doing better and washing everything, and if you enjoy washing and it doesn't stress you out, I'd say do it. I wash things that I can't peel, or if I notice there's like chunks of dirt or residue, or if I've eaten something and it actually tastes chemically, I wash it. But I'm just a mellow, non-stressed individual when it comes to my fruit. I just know that it's the best choice I can make, get the best tasting, best quality I can get, and eat my face off. More than my pleasure, absolutely. Welcome all the newbies in here. Just so you know, we're doing this not persimmon, this Mandarin orange mukbang. I think this is number 10 here, coming up. And if you don't know, too, I'm a part of the Fruit and Vegetable Power Summit, hosted by Doctors Rick and Karen Dina, starting on the 16th. It's got 20 plus amazing raw vegan, plant-based doctors, speakers, being interviewed by Dr. Rick and Karen, really going into how to successfully thrive on a plant-based and fruit and vegetable heavy lifestyle, or all raw. There's lots of raw vegan speakers. It's totally free. Links in the description of my YouTube or in my bio on Instagram here. I highly recommend you check it out. It's free. So definitely check that out. Within that, you'll learn why me eating tons of oranges isn't bad for my health. You know, people are afraid of fruit. It's so crazy. I mean, most people know and are grown up or brought up knowing that fruits and vegetables are the healthiest foods on the planet. But then as soon as you start just exclusively eating fruits and vegetables, they're like, oh my God, that can't be healthy. You know, that's crazy. But yeah, I couldn't be further from the truth to fear fruit or fear even seedless fruit. Jeez Louise. I prefer seedless most of the time, but I'll get seeded as well. But talk about unfounded fears. Fears of unseeded fruit, fears of fruit sugar, fears of hybridization. None of these things are based in reality. They're just kind of based in emotional, philosophical viewpoints that really have nothing to do with how healthy the food is, or at least not in the terms of it impacting your health in any negative way. Two questions here. Do you live in the tropics? Do you plan to? You know, out of the last 18 years, I've lived in the tropics for probably about maybe 2.5, 3 of those years, but just here and there, because I've lived in Costa Rica about, excuse me, that juice went down the wrong tube a little bit. I've lived in Costa Rica between 2 to 4 months a year for almost 10 years. It's been a couple of years since I've been there due to all the world events and stuff like that. But generally speaking, I've spent months out in Costa Rica, and I do really enjoy it. I actually prefer, though, subtropical or temperate, at least for the vast majority of the time. And I'd like to travel to the tropics, you know, as a kind of vacation in the winter times and the colder months of a subtropical or a temperate kind of climate. But I don't intend to live full time. To me, it's, I don't know, I get a little too lazy. It's just too hot. You know, you just want to like lay around and siesta, and that's not really the lifestyle I want to live, at least not now. Maybe as I get a little bit older, you know, I'm 41 now. Maybe in my 60s when I just want to surf and relax and live like a retired lifestyle, then I'll move to the tropics. But for now, you know, I'm in Sweden. It's on average in the summer months, like between plus 15 and 20. And that's like ideal for me because I like to be really active outside, skateboarding and stuff like that. Excuse me. So yeah, I prefer this kind of a climate, to be honest, but I really do love surfing, and I love being out in the tropics, and I like tropical fruit, you know, so I love all that kind of stuff. We're really, really blessed to be living in the garden no matter where in the world we live now. You know, we're seriously back there, and anyone who has fears about the environmental impact of importing fruit, you know, when you really look into it and you look and crunch the numbers, there's no better choice. You know, it's crazy. Even importing fruit is better for the environment than growing monocrops locally, you know, and eating processed foods that have multiple ingredients with multiple farms, multiple fungicides, herbicides, you know, rodenticides, multiple processing plants, multiple ways of procuring the food from the soil, blah, 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 blah. All that stuff. So fruit for the win, I tell you. Was that 11? We're gonna have to count at the end, just to make sure. Ellie asks, what about eating so much fruit when you have systemic candida? It's a great question, and I actually had systemic candida when I started a fruit-based lifestyle, and it was what helped me reverse the systemic candida. You know, we don't want to completely eradicate candida as it's a life-saving microbe, but the major causative factor with candida is actually one, overabundance of calories, and two, generally speaking, an overconsumption of fat usually in the form of oils and processed foods and processed sugar. And when you're on a high fat and high fat and high sugar diet, specifically and usually with processed foods, you can run into issues and candida overgrowths. And this takes time to develop, and doing it too much for a long period of time. But when you lower the fat, if it's really systemic and serious, completely eliminate overt fats, completely eliminate oils. And overt fats are like nuts and seeds and stuff like that, just overtly fatty foods. And you focus in on whole, fresh, ripe fruits and greens and vegetables. Kitty, Snooter, come here. And that helps your body rebalance. I've seen people who have suffered with candida for well over a decade, tried every cleanse, which I tried a bunch myself before going on a fruit-based low-fat diet, reverse it in short order and just be like, man, if I would have known this 10 years ago, I would have saved myself so much time and suffering. I have a YouTube video all about this. I believe it's called How to Reverse Candida and Chronic Yeast Infections or something like that. But it goes even more into depth into my personal story on it and more information on how to do that. And both myself and many other people who are on the raw food lifestyle who have reversed candida overgrowths have coaching on that as well. But it really comes down to eliminating and lowering the fat for a period of time, and then just eating abundantly of fruits and greens and vegetables and stuff like that. And then you can help cure yourself, So hopefully that's helpful. For both, yes, the same question. What about people who live in northern climates? Is raw vegan possible or even sustainable for the person? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sorry about the this being right in my eyes. Ooh, I feel like Geordie LaForge here. Yes, absolutely, it is. I mean, I've lived the vast majority of my time as a raw vegan in northern climates. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada, where the temperature range goes from like -50 to +50. And in Fahrenheit, that'd be like minus frickin' 75, I think, to like 110 or so, or 115. Ridiculous temperature range. And yeah, I've done the raw food diet there. I've done it in various other places around the world. As long as you have access to a grocery store that has produce year round, you can do it. Definitely there can be slimmer pickings and a little bit lower quality in some of the worst months of the year. The hardest months of the year usually being like maybe December, January, February. But it's during those times that you can explore more recipes and simplify and focus on all the other aspects of health. Food is just one link. And I mean, if I was stuck with a very limited selection of foods, I'd way rather be eating like oranges and bananas and different types of lettuce and stuff like that than be eating any other kind of cooked food in terms of health creation. And when you simplify, it helps out with digestion. And again, then you can focus in on fitness and community and work and all that good stuff in those other times when it's a little bit tougher with food. But definitely you can do it. It can be a little bit harder, especially your first year when you're not used to less variety and less kind of excitement with your food. That again is where recipes can come in and getting fancy with recipes, but definitely doable. For me, there was no other way. It just felt the absolute best. So hope that answers that question for you. Let's see. I think this is maybe 12. Yeah. We're on 12. Just so you guys know, if anyone guesses how many I'm going to eat, you can post it in the chat and you'll win a free ebook. Yeah. Let's see. So it's good. Lucky number 13. Gandhi said, chew your drink and drink your food. Basically just meaning chew it good, right? Just chew it good until it's liquid in your mouth. These are pretty easy to chew until liquid. Kel. It's asking, how do you succeed on raw without getting too hungry? I'm vegan, but want to go raw. Great question. You know, the simplest way to explain this is when you go from an omnivorous lifestyle to, vegetarian, and then to vegan, and then to raw vegan. With each step, you're generally stepping down in caloric density and increasing the volume of the foods you're eating. So really what it takes is eating more total volume of food. Each one of those steps, you're going to need to increase the volume of food or increase the fat content, which isn't really recommended. So to succeed on a raw food diet, really what you need to do is eat loads of high carbohydrate fruits and lots of greens, and know that it's the only lifestyle out there where you literally can eat your face off at every single meal. Like, I'm talking about eating until you're just totally full, need to push it away every single meal and still maintain your optimal body weight, as long as you include some fitness in your lifestyle, which fitness is just as important as sleep. It's just as important as water. It's just as important as food. You can't be optimally healthy without some fitness. So doing some kind of fitness, eating completely abundantly from the fruits and greens and veggies that you like the most is the basic key to success. That's number 14. And from there, you can fine tune it to your taste preferences, your activity levels, your personal goals, like your preferences in terms of how much you like recipes or you like just simple meals. But really, it's like when you're hungry, eat fruit, all you care for, no restriction, simple fruit meals, add greens to them if you want. And if you're craving salt, eat veggies. If you're craving salt, you're not getting enough veggies. You're not getting enough organic sodium from greens or tomatoes or celery, all those kind of good things. And enjoy as many recipes that you like, to keep it balanced, and so that you feel like you're not missing out on things. Can be especially useful in transition, or just if you feel like it, So I hope that helps a little bit. Wow. These are big ones. They're getting harder. You think I can fit this whole thing in my mouth? What do you think? More than my pleasure, Cal. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the more calorically dense, so Cal's just asking, do you think bananas would be good if you're hungry to get a little more full? Absolutely. In general, what I find is when people start a raw food diet, they need to have at least 3, if not 4 or 5 meals per day in order to get enough calories, as their digestive system and their concept of how much food is required adjusts. And in that beginning, those 4 or 5 meals, they might be mostly fruit meals. So you might be eating something juicy like oranges for breakfast. But then for lunch, you might be doing 1 or 2 sweet fruit meals. So that could be banana smoothies. And in the beginning, a 5 to 7 banana smoothie might seem huge. So if you have 2 5 to 7 banana smoothies, that's probably half your calories for the day. For me, that's like, I usually just do 2 big meals a day. So I do like an 18 banana smoothie. But it took me months and years to get to that point. It actually took me a number of years to get to the point where I was eating 18 bananas in a sitting. And then before dinner, something juicy, and then a nice big vegetable-based meal. So yeah, but sweet fruit is higher in calories per gram and makes it easier to get in your calories. So, bananas, pears, mangoes, persimmons, mamey, jackfruit, even dates. I love date smoothies. I don't really recommend just eating dates like this all the time, but date smoothies or dates used in recipes can be amazing. But yeah, I hope that helps a lot. And if you ever want to contact me, let me know. I do personalized coaching by donation. Let's put this all in there. Let's see. That one's a little big. Was that maybe 15? I'm surprisingly getting a little bit satiated here. Starting to feel like the end could be in sight. Who knows how many it's going to be in sight, though? Not too sure. Mm. I saw someone ask, how are the kitties? The kitties are fantastic. They're so dang good. I love those kitties. Snooter was just up here a little bit ago, bouncing around. She's now over there, just licking her back. And Leo's in my office, just chilling out, just probably sleeping over there. But yeah, they're awesome. Oh, this rawsome wife. Do you ever feel cold when eating raw during the winter months in a colder climate? I mean, when you first go raw, especially in the first year or two, you feel a little colder in general because you're sitting at a slightly cooler body temperature. You know, as your hydration level goes up, you need to keep more water at body temperature, which takes a little bit more energy. And also, because you're not consuming foods that require a lot of mechanical digestion and generate thermal heat, it's normal for a raw foodist to sit about a half a degree cooler than the average person. So in that first year or two, you might actually just feel a little bit cooler all the time. You know, this is actually really beneficial as you can tolerate heat a lot better, and you can actually, as time goes on and your circulation improves and you get used to that cooler body temperature, tolerate cool temperatures even better as well, or at least on par. So in the first, year, 2 years, it's pretty normal to feel a little bit cooler, especially as your circulation's improving. But after that, I feel the same as I ever really did in the winter months in Canada and stuff like that. And in that first year to 2 years, as you're getting used to it, I mean, most of the time we're not just chilling outside. I have worked outside in -40 weather as raw foodists, you know, like 7 to 14 hour days and stuff like that, and got used to it. You just got to dress warm and keep active, you know, and eat enough calories. During the winter months, you need a couple extra 100 calories per day to raise the body temperature just a little bit. So those are some little tips for the winter months and stuff like that. Just make sure you're eating enough. I wouldn't recommend eating cold foods in the winter unless you're mostly indoors and you have a really nice warm temperature indoors. Then sure, eat your ice cream and stuff like that. But I usually don't eat things direct from the fridge. I take them out, let them sit on the counter, or just eat them off the counter so they're room temperature. Get my exercise in, you know, boosting up that heat that way, and otherwise just dress warm if you feel a little bit cool, right? But it was funny because you know, even if you live in a colder climate, you don't live in a colder climate, you know, like the vast majority of us aren't in igloos, you know, and aren't living outside in parkas all day. We run from indoors to indoors, but otherwise we're surrounding ourselves in tropical environments, from our houses to our cars, even to the clothes we wear. We're just trying to keep that and maintain that general kind of tropical temperature around us at all times, right? So it doesn't make a big difference to me if I'm in the winter or if I'm in the summer. Raw foods just works absolutely the best. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Such a pleasure, absolutely. New balcony life, you know it, Nadia. Mm-hmm. I got it over there. I'd almost bring you out there, but I got the whole setup here, the lights, got YouTube, got Instagram. What are we at? What is this? 16 maybe? Huh? Whew. I'm not sure if anyone hit the number yet, but just so you guys know, if anyone guesses how many oranges I'm eating in this mukbang, you win a free ebook if you're choosing. So you can guess just by writing that in there in the chat in Instagram. And just so you know too, I'm a part of the Fruit and Vegetable Power Summit put on by Dr. Rick and Karen Dina. Just mentioning that again. You can find out more and sign up free. It all starts on the 16th in my link in bio. I highly recommend it. To me, it is honestly the free summit of the year. So dang awesome. You will love it. Wow, I'm feeling it. I'm starting to feel it. What's up, Ante? Such a pleasure, absolutely. Oh, 32. Oh, 15. Well, I've already had 15 and I'm not going to stop right now. So it's going to be a few more of these. But I feel like I could be getting close, you know? 35. Woo! Yeah, it seems like I didn't do enough exercise this morning. I bet you, I know one time when I was eating these for breakfast, I think I had around 27. I don't think I'm going to hit that today, but that's the beautiful thing. And the one of the amazing things about the body is it will let you know, like if you're really hungry because you've been really active and you've been blowing through calories or you've been eating light for a few days, your hunger is going to go up with your needs. So sometimes when I'm eating lunch, I might be eating 12 bananas and feel good, and other times I need like 24. The body's really smart. All you got to do is just eat until you're totally satisfied. It's like you don't got to force it. You just got to eat till you're totally satisfied and a bite or two more. Well, we got 25, 20, 22. Wow. Oh, little orange burp. It's fantastic. You think I could hold my count, but sorry, I can't. I don't know what we're at. We're at maybe like 18 now, maybe. Wow. This is good to get to the bottom and see, make sure there's no bad ones down there. Oh, is there one right there? No, you're still good. Wow. Well, how many more? I can't decide. Well, let's go for this. It's just one at a time. That's all it takes, right? Just start here. You like that? Banana mustache? What do you think? Should have I chose a different basket so I don't have, the Geordie LaForge effect here? What do you think? Thanks for joining me for lunch here, guys. Appreciate the conversation and the fun. The peels are filling up. Well, let's see. Easier to count. Yeah. When you're talking and you're not, it's funny that it's not easier to count here. Let's see. Good question, Tim. What was the biggest challenge for me in the beginning? Honestly, there's two. One was learning how much I actually needed to eat, and I was under eating just subtly for months and got to a really low body weight and started to experience joint aches and pains and stuff like that, which ended up leading to binging, which was due to one, under eating, but also just not having the money for buying food in a situation I was in, but not understanding the concept of caloric density, and that the same volume or poundage of, say, oranges compared to bananas is vastly different in terms of how many calories it has, right? So I can eat 8 pounds of bananas in a day and get all my calories needed, but from these I'd probably need at least like probably 13 pounds worth, and if I was eating watermelon I'd probably need like 20 pounds worth. And in the first few months I was mostly eating really watery, juicy foods, which is pretty common. In the beginning, people are more drawn to juicy, watery foods as their body's adjusting and they're used to lower levels of hydration, and they're possibly starting to reverse some slight insulin resistance, and the high water content kind of favors all that. So in that beginning portion, I was eating mostly those lower caloric density foods, and it led me to kind of under eating. So that was a big one. And then I'd say number two was probably getting over emotional eating, and that was more long term. And I mean, we're all emotional eaters to some extent, but it was breaking through that habit of choosing really heavy, dense, knock me out foods when I was actually really emotional, and learning to actually feel what I feel. There's a little bit of a bad spot on one of these sections. So that took some time, and I have a full video on that, which I recommend everyone check out. It's on my website, therawadvantage.com, and it's called Overcoming. Let me see. 1 second. Emotional and binge eating, finding peace and ease. If you write the Raw Advantage, binge eating, emotional eating, it'll pop up. But it's like a 15-minute video, which I really go into all of that in depth with really key insights in how to overcome that. And definitely has made a huge difference in my life and lots of people that I've coached as well. So, good question. I think this is 21, but we'll see. I'm that close. Do I want to shove it away or bring it to board? Well, tell ya, I'm not kidding when I say the secret to longevity with a raw food diet, specifically a low-fat, fruit-based raw food diet, is knowing it's way easier to undereat than to overeat. And as long as you're enjoying it, you can eat your face off at every meal. Just chew well, be present, eat when you're truly hungry. What that means is eating when you're in a calm, balanced state. You know, if you're anxious, if you're emotional, if you're feeling urgent, if you're feeling super specific, like, oh, I just want French fries. This is not true hunger. You're blowing through stuff in your digestive tract or through your bloodstream and dealing with past residues, going through a bit of a detoxification cycle. 5-10 minutes later, you're going to feel calm and balanced. Drink some water. I even drank water before this, you know, even though they're really juicy. It's good to hydrate before eating fruit. And just eat all you could care for. It's so hard to overdo unless you're like forcing it and not enjoying it. And the people I know, like myself, who've been doing this for over decades and decades, they're not afraid of overeating. You know, they're eating until they're totally satiated each and every single meal. I tell you, it's the only diet that I know of where you can literally eat all you care for of the foods you love the most from fruits and veggies, and you know, you're still gonna be able to have like a nice 6-pack abs. It's awesome. 26. Another good question, Tim. I didn't cut out nuts and seeds. I do eat nuts and seeds, although truthfully it wasn't when I first started raw food, but when I was battling candida and I figured out how to eradicate it, it was really before I went 100% raw. I cut out all fats for a period of time. So for about a month, I had no fats whatsoever. And that really helped to streamline the sugar metabolism and get the candida in check, get into balance. But otherwise, you know, I mean, I enjoy nuts and seeds in moderation. And some days and weeks and months, I eat a little more and some I eat less. But on average, I follow an 80-10-10 approach, which means 80% or more of my calories coming from carbohydrate and 10% or less on average coming from fat and protein. But that doesn't have to be micromanaged, because there might be a couple months where it's a little bit higher in fat and a couple months where it's a little bit lower in fat as the seasons kind of dictate. And if you haven't read or checked out the 80-10-10 diet by Dr. Douglas Graham, highly recommend everyone check it out. I'd say it's the best book on human nutrition ever written. Absolutely blow people's minds and help you attain higher levels of health and fitness than anything else can. So definitely recommend that. Well, there we go. What is this? Maybe 23? I don't know. What is this? Is it a Jordan number? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, oh gosh, 23, 24, 25. Wow, I was miscounting, hey? 26? That's 26 oranges so far. What? What? Well, I guess raw food doesn't help you learn how to count better. Let's do one more at least. So we'll say 27 here. See if this ends up being the stick a fork in it, you know? Maybe. But I'm gonna keep the count better from here. Let's see. See if there's any soft ones. Oh, that one's bad. That one's bad. I'll actually wash my hands for that. There we go. Okay, this is it. I think this is going to be the last one here. 28. I think that's going to be it. Let's see. Seriously ridiculous. It's really interesting because when you start to get to that end, it still tastes good, but it just doesn't taste quite as good. And it's just like, you're just not quite as interested. I think we might have a visitor here. Hey, Snoo. You can come up here. Let's see if anyone guessed 28. Let's just, oh, sorry there. Let's see, did we have anyone saying 28? Let's see, I hope so. 1 to 30, 19, 22, 25, 30, 35, 32. Oh, come on, I hope so. Let's see, I don't know if anyone got it. Let's see. Excuse me. Sorry to just be scrolling. I want to see if anyone said 28 from the beginning. No one did. Oh my. Well, we should do a book giveaway of some way. Oh, 28. There we go. Hey, whoa, Jenny. There we go. 28. Well, you know what? I like your humor, and we'll say you both win an ebook. Because no one guessed it. You guys wrote it in. You technically were the first two who wrote it in there, and that's what I said at the beginning. The first two who guessed. I don't know if I specified if it was until after. So, and everyone else leaves the stream. But Jen and this Rawsome New Life, both of you, please message me. Give me a PM, because as soon as I close this out, it's going to disappear. Maybe I could try and screenshot so that I realize that. Oh, there we go. But please do message me afterwards, and we'll have a little chat, and you can pick out a free ebook, and I'll email it to you. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a live stream Q&A. If you haven't already signed up to the free summit with Dr. Rick and Karen Dina, I recommend you do. The link is in my bio in Instagram and in the description below on this YouTube video. Hope that you found the information and the Q&A and little tips and tidbits insightful and helpful for you in your raw food lifestyle, or just improving your lifestyle and your health and increasing the quantity of fruits and vegetables in your diet. No reason to fear fruit. It's nature's perfect food. It's delicious, it's sweet, it's very satisfying, and you can eat all you care for. It's really, really awesome. And the summit's going to go deeper into that. My interview is on the 17th, so the second day. So you want to sign up now so that you're able to listen in on that. I'm going to be also accompanied by Lissa. Her interview is on the 17th as well. Lissa from Raw Food Romance. She's amazing. Dr. Gabriel Cousins is on the 16th. And there's so many other amazing people throughout the entire week and a half up to the 27th. So, yep, I hope you guys join us there. And if you enjoyed this, check out my other mukbang and all my other videos on my playlist. I got loads, tons of raw recipes. If you don't have my free app, it's on iOS and on Google, so you can check that out. It's totally free, over 100 raw recipes. It's not just mono meals. That's not all I do. I don't just do mono meals, you know. I make pizzas and lasagnas and noodles and wings and burgers and fries and anything you could think of. So all such a pleasure. So much love to all you guys, and thank you for joining me today. Talk to you again. Let's see if I can stop this here. Oh, bye. Bye-bye.